pregnant and about to deliver, congratulations. This show is for you. We are talking about what to pack when you're going to the hospital to deliver, and I know you're going to learn something from this show. This is today's Parent. I am Christine Kasina, and welcome to today's episode. And I'm joined by parenting coach Naomi Maina, sharing tips with us on what to pack when you're going to the hospital.
Thank you, Christine.
Naomi,
yes,
welcome back.
Asante sana.
You know, way back when, I wonder how we didn't have parenting coaches. So in this age and time,
Yes.
what difference do you make in the lives of parents?
Mostly I talk to young parents, and it's just mostly to demystify some of the things we expect, some of the things we are told, some of the things we were not told.
Some of the things you were not told.
No, and just try and clarify some of the things that we were not told and probably we ignored, or now I just feel like if I was to do things again, I would do it differently.
And you know for sure information is power.
Exactly.
And that is what we are here to do, especially to the parents who are watching.
Exactly.
And what we are talking about today is what to pack when we are going to the hospital to deliver.
Yes.
The full term takes 9 months on average, right?
Yes.
When do we need to think about starting to pack to go to the hospital?
Mostly I would advise we start thinking about it by the time one is 32 weeks.
32 weeks is how many months on average?
That is around 8 months.
Around 8 months.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So between 32 weeks and 35 weeks, because probably the child may even come early, we don't want to be unprepared. So we just want to be ready so that in case the baby comes early or there's premature labor, we are ready. Mm-hmm. We're not going to be caught off guard. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And why is it important for a mom to think about that hospital bag?
It is important because we want care for the mom, both when she's in hospital and out of hospital, and we want care for the baby. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay.
Because we have been waiting for the newborn to come. We want them to be as comfortable as possible. And when we have the bag ready, it helps to decrease stress. Meaning that if I needed a toothbrush or a toothpaste, it is easily within reach.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. If I needed something to bath the baby and the baby has come, and especially on the first day, everything is within reach. That's why it is important.
Okay.
Yes.
To our old school parents who are watching and they're thinking, during our days, we used to show up at the hospital. Maternity was, show up, exactly. Give birth, go back home. What is it that we have to change right about now?
Yes.
That our new age, today's parent has to think about different. Which takes me to the next question. Yes. When we think about the hospital bag,
yes.
Let's start with what must be there, the must-haves.
Yes. For the mom, I would advise have your toiletries.
Toiletries.
Exactly.
So for the mom, toiletries is a must, starting with?
Toothbrush, toothpaste, have some Vaseline, have some body lotion, have maybe if you need, you have skincare, carry it with you. You never know. You know, you might go there and think you're going to be there for 3 days and you end up staying there longer. You just want to try to be as comfortable as possible. I
am yet to meet a mom, Naomi, who's gone to the hospital. And during that time, they're thinking about their cleansing routine. Tone, moisturize.
No. It's not anything like that. Just maybe like a moisturizing lotion. Just like the normal things that you will use. You don't want to overdo it. And again, the baby will keep you so busy. You'll probably be so sleepy. But you're just trying to give yourself some care as much as you're there.
But what about the gram? My first photo on the gram, because in this age and time, a lot of the new moms are sharing their photos on Instagram and on their Facebook pages. Do you think it's important for them to carry their makeup bags?
Not necessarily, not unless you're big on it. The people who do it for the memories. You just want to capture that moment when you're in hospital. It may not even be necessarily for posting it, but you just want to have the memories. I think it's
And you want to have a good picture.
Exactly, you want to have a good picture. You know that most of the time you are sleepy-eyed, but on that day you just want to look good for the picture.
But most of us for sure do not think like that.
Do not think like that, exactly. Yeah. So mostly that will be it for the toiletries.
Okay.
And then now we want to have, let's say, the nursing bra.
Nursing bra.
Exactly. When you're in hospital, probably you're going to have some visitors. Of course, you're going to be given some clothes when you're in hospital, especially for the moms.
Yes.
Yes. But maybe for that time when you need to have somebody in the hospital to come and see you, at least you want to have your nursing bra with you.
Yeah.
You want to have the nursing pads inside just to help you because of the leaking probably. You also want to have the maternity pads. Maternity pads, yes. Some of the hospitals will give you. But it's good if you have a preference for something.
Yeah.
And you can never run out of, you need them the first, especially 2 weeks.
That is true.
So it's okay to have them with you.
That's true.
Exactly. That would be, you also, if you want, you can carry your own slippers. If you want, but you'll be given slippers. I think that would be mostly it for the mothers. And then we also need to pack for the baby.
Naomi,
Yes.
there's something you have forgotten.
Yes.
You've talked about
Yeah.
the nursing bra.
Yes.
I totally agree, very, very important.
Yes.
You've talked about the maternity pad. Say, for example, if you prefer a certain brand or you want to just back up on what you have from the hospital,
Exactly.
you could carry extra.
Yes.
What about the kind of underwear that you carry?
Exactly. I'm so sorry. We need the disposable panties.
This is not the time for...
Exactly. We need disposable panties. I'm so sorry for that. Actually, for myself, I got a couple of them.
Disposable panties?
Panties, exactly. These are breathable, and the good thing is that because most of the time the lady you're bleeding so much is still discharge coming out, you cannot afford to wear your normal panties. So I would advise, if you can have the disposable panties, you just use and throw.
You're a real today's parent. Well, how come I can't remember those?
They're really available for
Is
us.
it?
Yes. On shops on Bashara Street, even online shops. In some of the shops we can give later on at the end of this broadcast.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So disposable panties, that one we have covered.
Yes.
Okay, so that covers the intimate segment.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
You can also carry for yourself pajamas.
Pajamas.
Exactly. Maybe you feel you want to be. There are people who are particular. Maybe you want, of course, you'll be given for the hospital, but by the third day, probably you want to sleep in your PJs if you'll be there.
Yeah.
So it's okay to have your own pajamas.
Okay.
As long as you'll be able to nurse. So you just need to make sure that the top
Yes.
is able to, you're able to
Yeah,
open up.
maybe to button down
exactly,
comfortably.
Comfortably.
Right.
Exactly. You also want to have a robe because probably you'll be walking around. And some of the clothes from the hospital, they're open-ended at the back.
At the back.
Exactly. You won't be able to move around. So you find some women either carry a lasso or you can carry a robe.
That's a very good idea, but a lasso should be on that list for sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yes.
And then on top of that, of course, like you mentioned, a robe if you can.
Exactly. If you can be able to get a nice, comfortable robe, not something for show off, just something to keep you, and especially if you're going to have visitors, you don't want them to come and get shocked when they come to you in the hospital. And if you need to help yourself, at least when you're making your movements.
Yeah,
that will
definitely.
cover
A lasso
you.
or robe, a good idea.
Yes.
What else is on your list?
For the parents.
For the
yes,
mom.
For the mom. Now, you can also have a breast pump. It depends.
A breast pump.
Exactly.
Have you met any mom who's pumping in the hospital?
Some of them you can just carry it. It may not be immediately that you may need it. I think the colostrum starts coming a bit early.
Yeah.
And depending on the child, you don't want, if you, let's say for a mother, you have a lot of milk coming or colostrum that is coming out, you may decide to pump it if it's too much and the baby is not feeding not keeping up with the feeding, which is mostly not the case. Because I remember, like for me, I actually got a long time before the milk started coming out.
Wow,
Exactly.
lucky you.
Yeah. Well, I was not so lucky because the child refused the baby formula. So I really had to try and get the milk come. Yes, taking OG and taking what I could be able to do, hopefully, to let the colostrum become more and more. She was a very heavy feeder.
So wait.
Yes.
Did your your milk come earlier or later?
It started coming early, but it was not enough at the beginning.
Before you gave birth?
The colostrum, that's almost what time
Yes.
it starts coming sometimes by 32 weeks, by 35 weeks.
32?
It depends on when it will start coming. But it's usually very small, yeah? And it's good to also mention you may need nipple cream. If you don't have nipple cream, you can just use Vaseline.
I think that's very important.
Very important.
That's important.
That's very important.
Because I suffered with my first child.
Yes.
I did suffer the first few days.
Thank you.
Yes, it's not what they show in the movies that you put your baby on the breast and they are
And they
angelic.
latch, yeah.
It can be very painful.
It can
and
be
the baby
very
can
painful.
hurt you.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you
And
don't latch properly.
If you don't latch properly.
Yeah.
And then again, you are left sore, especially if it's your first time breastfeeding. It can be very uncomfortable and painful. So you need to give yourself some care also around the nipple area.
True.
Exactly.
Very true.
Yes. There are other essentials probably.
You know what I can think of?
Yes.
The people are very particular about their towels.
Exactly.
They carry a towel from home.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly. I think if I was to do it again, I'd carry a towel. But it is good measure to carry a towel. If you want, you can also carry a pillow. If you feel that maybe you need to prop yourself a bit more, that is very important. Just if you're able to give yourself what you can give yourself to help yourself feel more comfortable, go ahead and do it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the baby?
Yes.
What do we need to put in the hospital bag for the baby?
So when I look at the baby, it's good to have a receiving blanket. now. I know. Not everyone believes in that.
First of all,
Yes.
what is a receiving blanket? What's a receiving
A
blanket?
receiving blanket is a blanket that is mostly just for a baby. It's warm. It's supposed to be very soft, and it's what is after the baby comes.
Warm and soft.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be able to, if possible, have a pouch at the corner.
Why?
It's just something to be able to wrap the baby and maybe be able to swaddle them. What you are trying to do is give them the position that they were in when they were in the womb.
Ah.
Yes. So just trying to make them feel comfortable.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know, the rest of us were just covered in lessons from the hospitals from way back when, and look at us.
Yes, we grew.
We look well received.
You are well received with a lot of love and with a lot of care. Of course, some of these things depend on how you're able, if you're able to get them. If you're not able to have a receiving blanket, you can also get a flannel and be able to just fold it in the same way.
Yeah.
And be able to use it. So it just depends. As a mother, you're going to be able to do what you can be able to do, but you're just trying to give the baby comfort.
But then you mentioned, and of course we always emphasize, we are today's parents.
Yes.
And then there's a way we do our things a bit different. So it's okay if you want to have a receiving blanket, color coded. If it's a boy, you prefer a particular color, go ahead.
Yes.
What else for the baby?
We also want to have some vests for
Vests.
the baby. Exactly.
Vests. Why?
Just to dress the baby. And especially the vests that are open-ended at the front because of the umbilical cord. So you're just trying to keep the baby warm. Of course, you need to dress the baby with something. So I find a vest is good. So if it's warm, they don't have a lot of clothes. But then again, if it's cold, the clothes you put on top. For example, a romper.
Okay.
A baby romper, yes. Then there's a half romper and the full romper. So at the beginning, you won't need a half romper, I think. But you might use it if you want. But again, you also need the diapers, the baby diapers. These are also provided in the hospital, but it doesn't hurt to carry more.
On that note, Naomi, how about you take a short break and then we come back to that conversation of the baby, because we've talked about half romper, full romper, so we can get to understand more from you.
Yes.
Let's take a short break and then we continue when we come back.
Thank you so much, Christine.
In our conversation today, we are talking about what to pack when you're going to the hospital to deliver. I know you are writing it down and everything that we've said. And if there's anything you want us to add, send us an SMS on 22999 and we'll be able to share with our parents later on. Thank you so much for watching so far. Let's take a short break. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to this episode of Today's Parent, and we are helping you prepare for delivery, what to pack when you're going to the hospital. Naomi,
Yes.
as we come back from the break,
Yes.
I'm wondering if you're in a public hospital
Yeah.
and you're in a private hospital, because I can imagine if I was giving birth in a public hospital,
Yes.
I don't have, say, the even that privacy of being by myself and creating some kind of space for myself.
Yes.
I don't know. What do you prepare for? Is there a difference when you're preparing for a private hospital and a public hospital?
Yes, there is. So you'll find, for example, in a private hospital, you'll be given a basin every day, which they give you a new basin every day.
Ah, they do?
Yes. For me, I was given a new basin every day so to be able to sit on. Although nowadays we have a sit bath, which is more personal and you can disinfect. But for example, probably in a public hospital, you may need to carry your own basin. Baby clothes, you might have to pack more of your baby clothes. They're definitely in a public hospital, you may not be able to get as many things as in a private hospital, and probably.
Do you know where my mind is going?
Yes.
I'm even thinking of carrying a padlock.
No.
To lock up my stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yes, for example,
exactly.
if I'm given something that looks like this, a
Yes.
cupboard
Yeah.
that has a place where I would lock,
Yes.
I'll definitely go with a padlock if I could.
You could, if
Yes.
you could, yes, because you're trying to keep your things secure. and you don't know who will be looking after your things, or if somebody wants to get your things. I think
Yes,
that
or
one
maybe
will
you need
come
to
in.
step out and go feed the baby.
Exactly. That will come in very handy. Thank you for reminding me on that one.
I don't know if the moms are doing it, but maybe it's something you can put on your list.
You can put on your list if you're going to a public hospital. Also, you need to plan for your. Can I mention something that will happen for any hospital? You need to look at probably even having an HIF card when you're going to hospital.
That is important.
Very important.
That's important.
Exactly. If you have a medical cover, definitely you need to go with your medical card. You need to think, of course, of the birth plan. Meaning, for example, do you have a doctor, a specific doctor who is going to come and assist you, or you're going to walk into hospital and the doctor that is available is the one who's going to attend to you.
So what does the birth plan help with? And what's a birth plan, first of all?
A birth plan is basically to say, for example, you would want to have either a vaginal birth or possibly, if that is what you wanted a C-section for other reasons, maybe because of the position of the baby or the preference of the mother.
So that is something you need to communicate with your nurse, your doctor.
Exactly.
This is what you'd prefer.
This is what you'd prefer. And most of the times when you're being observed, they're observing your blood pressure, they're observing the position of the baby, if the water has broken, if the baby is still okay. Sometimes the baby may be unsafe. For example, the cord was on them.
Yeah.
Then you have to have an emergency C-section
yes.
done. So those are the kind of things that ultimately you may have prepared for this, but you find circumstances are possible.
Have
for
changed,
example.
of course, and
Exactly.
you have to be flexible. And
You have
what's
to be
important
flexible.
is the safety of the baby and the safety of the mom,
mother.
and a safe delivery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that is what is paramount.
Okay.
All right. We have not finished packing the baby's bag.
Let's go back to the baby. And while we are there, before we went on the break, you talked about half romper, full romper, and I'm thinking my newborn with their very delicate umbilical cord.
Yeah.
What works better?
Okay, so I would advise you have the full romper.
Full romper.
Exactly. And even just using trousers or tights and a t-shirt at first, because the baby is still very delicate.
Yes.
And you don't want to touch so much on the umbilical cord, and you just want them to be comfortable. So actually at first you just need to use it, baby tights or trousers and a t-shirt and sweaters. That will work very well.
Okay.
Yeah. When they grow a little bit more, now you can use the romper because of the diaper, the half rompers especially. Yes.
And I like that you mentioned it would be a good idea
Yes.
even if the hospital is going to provide you with a few pieces of diapers or a packet of diapers.
Yeah.
It's always good to to just carry a few from home as well.
Exactly. What I will find, for example, you may be with a baby and you change the baby, and if you have your own diaper there and you have, let's say, some cotton wool, I'd advise you use cotton wool maybe instead of wipes at the beginning, because you don't want to upset the baby with anything on their skin. And you find sometimes some of our wipes, they have alcohol, some have fragrance. So try and get as much as possible alcohol-free and fragrance-free kind of baby wipes.
Interesting.
But if you have cotton wool, use cotton wool and some warm water to wipe the baby.
Okay.
And that will be well.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else we need to pack for the baby?
Some Vaseline.
Vaseline or some
Exactly.
petroleum jelly.
Or some petroleum jelly, yes, to moisturize their skin. And remember, their skin sometimes is already starting to peel off. So you just want to keep hydrating the baby. I wouldn't advise use harsh soaps. At first, I think warm water and
That
some
should be
cotton
enough.
wool should
That
be
should be
enough.
enough.
Exactly.
Okay.
And when you start transitioning later at home, make sure that you use something that is not very abrasive.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can also have some socks for the baby. You want some mittens to help them not to scratch themselves and to keep warm. You want to have a hat to be able to put on them when they're feeling cold.
Yeah.
Anything to keep the baby warm and make sure that they're okay. Yes.
For the mom,
Yeah.
we forgot something very important.
Yes.
The charger. How am I going to
phone
post my first baby
charger.
if I want to?
You need to carry your phone charger. If
And
you have
the phone,
a
of
camera,
course,
carry
yes.
it. Exactly. If you want to carry a laptop, probably you can carry it with its charger. Anything to keep you comfortable or entertained if you want. And this, of course, if you don't have them at the beginning, you can always have somebody bring it
To bring them over
to you. Exactly.
You know, that's important because you never know when you are after delivery.
Yes.
You have so much time
Yes.
to yourself.
Yes.
Of course, you're recovering.
Yes.
But then getting something to watch in the meantime and pastime, that would be a good idea. A book, for example. Magazines
exactly.
as well.
Yes. Something to keep you informed, something to let you entertain yourself. You're not too bored.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
How about
Yes.
the father?
Care for the father.
Yes. What does the father need to pack for himself in the hospital bag?
I think for them, you can get something like speakers or headphones for them, because most of the time the mother might be sleeping together with the baby,
Yes,
and you
so-
want the dad to be bored.
Yes.
So let him carry something. He can listen to his music. He can have the headphones. Let him have some snacks if he wants.
That's a good idea.
Exactly.
So snacks for dad as well.
Snacks for dad, because mostly the hospital provide for the mom.
Yeah.
But the dad definitely will not be counted, and he want a quick snack also before he goes and eats.
Yeah.
So that, I think that is very important to carry some snacks for him.
Okay.
Yes.
And of course, a charger for him as well for
A
his phone.
charger for his phone. If he has a camera, let him carry it. And I think he'll mostly be the one who's the paparazzi.
Oh, he's going to do a lot of that.
Yes.
He's going to do a lot of that.
Yes.
NHIF card, you have said.
Yes.
Or the medical card, that's very important.
Very important. And as much as possible, have these things prior as you're going to hospital, so that they can be able to book you. If you can be able to go to the hospital and book the bed even earlier, the better.
The better, because
The
the hassle
better.
of admission can be quite a hassle.
Quite a hassle.
It can be quite a hassle. You've seen a lot of frustrated dads walking up and down the,
Exactly.
the
And
wards.
Exactly. And that time the mother is in labor, already she's in pain, already there's anxiety. So you want the mother to be as stress-free as possible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's possible for the dad also to be stress-free.
Yeah, he can be stress-free. And of course, most of the time he'll be coming check on the mother. He's with the mother,
Yeah.
making sure that she's booked, making sure that she's okay. If he needs to rub her feet, of course, carry some ointment, because sometimes you, as a mother, you have some back pains. You want a massage that really comes in handy.
That helps.
That helps
That
a lot.
helps.
Exactly. So you just want to maybe get a massage, have your feet rubbed. Maybe if your feet are getting swollen, you want someone to just massage your feet and help you get better.
Very true.
Yes.
Do you know another thing that dads can also do?
Yes.
Put a lot of movies in a tablet or something.
Yes.
Or on their tab and just find a way to pass time.
Exactly. Exactly. They can also have a book if they want. They can play. They can come with cards if they want, and you can play together. If you have a chessboard game or any kind of board games, come with them and have some fun.
Okay.
Exactly.
How about carrying a lot of cash? Could be in the form of M-Pesa or any other mobile money, so that you're not
Exactly.
stuck in the hospital.
Exactly.
That you don't have funds, and maybe you need to buy something quick, or you need to top up
Yes.
on your bill.
Exactly. So it's very important to have money ready. Most of the time, you know how much roughly you'll be able to. It will cost you. For example, if you had a medulla, or you have you have the doctor, the gynecologist. If you had booked for a gynecologist, you know how much it's going to roughly be.
Yes.
So it is very important to have, of course, some spare money. Yeah, to get yourself a snack, to be able to get some essentials if you need to get them when you're there without having to rush back home. So definitely carry some money in M-Pesa, have some cash at hand if possible.
Okay.
But in times of Corona, just carry M-Pesa. Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Yes.
Highly recommended.
Yes.
So let's just wrap up this list.
Yes.
When it comes to the mom, comfortable clothes.
Comfortable clothes.
I have charger on my list.
Yes.
Receiving blanket you mentioned, and that's for the baby.
Yes.
New clothes for the baby.
New clothes for the baby and clothes for the baby to go back home with.
Ah.
Yes, when they're coming out
because
of-
you are right. Because in the hospital they're normally given the
Yeah.
hospital clothes.
Exactly. Have some clothes for the baby to go home with. Have clothes for the mom to go with.
Right.
And we must remember nighties for the mom.
Nighties for the mom,
Nighties for
yes.
the mom. You want nighties, breastfeeding nighties, which you'll be able to open up, or you can
Yes.
be able to unzip or
And breastfeed easily.
and breastfeed easily.
Right.
Exactly. That is very important.
Maternity underwear.
Maternity underwear,
Yes.
very important, because you're definitely a size larger. You're still and you need breathable kind of panties.
Right.
Something to keep you comfortable. You don't want to feel too already you have a already, let's say for example, you're already bleeding.
Yes.
Yeah. So you need something that will be able to absorb all that.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. You mentioned a pillow as well.
Yes.
Nursing bras we mentioned. Toiletries was your first point. Very, very important. Yeah.
Yes, very important. If possible, have a hand sanitizer for yourself as a mom. And if you have guests, when they come, let them sanitize their hands, because you want the baby to be germ-free as much as possible.
That is a good point.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Exactly.
We didn't mention, and the way you have such beautiful hair, I'm assuming when you went for your round one, your hair looked beautiful like this. Hairbrush.
Hairbrush, hairbrush and hairband, because you probably want to pull back your hair. I know most mothers do braids as opposed probably to weaves, because you want to be able to pull back your hair. That will
Yes.
help you even when latching the baby.
Yes.
The hair is not coming into the baby. So if you're able to hold it back, the better. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hairbrush, hairband. I like that, because hairband you can easily forget.
Yes.
Nipple cream.
nipple cream, very important
important.
to help the mother.
Yes.
Because the nipple may be cracking, the baby is trying to get the colostrum coming of the
Yes.
milk. So you really
And you're
need
still
it.
learning how to latch.
Exactly,
Yeah.
learning how to latch, and it
Yeah.
can be a very painful process.
Yeah, your nipples can be very, very sore.
Yeah, exactly.
Slippers.
Slippers.
Very
Very
important.
Exactly.
Body lotion you mentioned.
Yes.
Do you know what we didn't mention?
What?
Your going home outfit, like outside the hospital, like say like State House, when you're
Yes.
standing in front of the hospital with your picture.
Exactly.
Really nice to have a going home outfit.
A going home outfit, and try and get an outfit where if it's a dress, for example, the waistline should come up above, because you don't want to irritate the belly, and especially if it was a C-section. But even if it's not, remember, you're still big, you look like you've just delivered.
Okay.
So the urethra is still to contract. So
Yeah.
you still need something that is able to dress you and you feel very comfortable.
Comfort is key.
Yes.
For the dad, cash number one, of course, an HIF card, if at all, insurance card,
Yes.
phone,
Phone charger.
and the charger.
Exactly.
Yeah, snacks.
Snacks, definitely, to keep him busy, and because they also get so worn out. They really help us in hospital. Yeah.
My list says snacks and drinks, but we know what kind of drinks we're talking about, right?
Yes, we want not probably not alcoholic drinks, just
No.
energy drinks, a lot of water, juices.
Okay.
That is very healthy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If there's anything you've forgotten, this is the time.
Concerning the hospital bag, we need to remember also the do's and don'ts when we go home. So probably when, as a mother, you're changing the baby, especially for a baby girl, you wipe front to back. If it's for also a baby boy, try and put a piece of cloth when changing the baby, and then you want to put a hand on them so that as much as they don't move as they grow older,
Right.
you don't want them to hurt themselves.
And these are the things you can be learning right from hospital.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Naomi. This list sounds very comprehensive. Thank you so much for coming to share.
Yeah.
And I know the parents who are watching are now well equipped.
Thank you so much, Christine. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Naomi.
Thank you.
And I hope now you're well prepared to go and deliver with this list. And I know you can add anything else that you feel that you need. What we wish you right now is a happy, healthy delivery. And with this list, it will give you peace of mind, of course. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure having you. Me and Naomi, it's always a pleasure to just come back and share insights with you on what you can do, especially as a new mom. When it comes to being a new mom, the other thing you need is a nice bed for your baby. If you don't have one yet, please make sure you come over here at Little Cribs, the home of fun, exciting, durable, and baby beds that are going to stimulate your baby senses. And for parenting resources, go to www.supermamas.co.ke. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.